Good day, you absolute legends. Welcome back to another edition of Update News. Now, today's hot topic is 3 new updates have been leaked by Mr. Sean Murray himself. It's absolutely incredible. The last 24 hours have been set on fire over on Twitter, where this leak first came from. And believe you me, it is quite the rabbit hole, so do not go anywhere. We've got the latest scoop on it, the latest news, and what this could possibly mean. But before we do get into that, as always, ladies and gentlemen, please do double check for me your subscriptions. The reason being is YouTube goes ahead and unsubscribes you, the viewer, from your favorite YouTubers without your knowledge or consent. It is a very, very big problem at the moment. So please, for me, just double check you are still subscribed to the channel. If you need to resubscribe, please do resubscribe. And if you have been watching me for a while and you like what I do, you like the content that I make, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button. You definitely will not regret it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right on into today's video. So, Mr. Murray has been very, very busy over on Twitter over the last 24 hours, reposting a bunch of old content that is already published. But what captured the absolute attention of the No Man's Sky community is this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is massive, massive news right now. Now, Mr. Murray goes on to say, 8 years ago today, No Man's Sky launched and we welcomed the first folks into our universe. I feel so lucky to be on this journey with the community and this amazing team. What a journey, you guys. Love that emoji. So that by itself is absolutely incredible because, as we know, 8 years has passed already and it is No Man's Sky's birthday essentially, and this was yesterday. Now, this is incredible news. 8 years is a long time, but Mr. Murray then posted this picture underneath. Now, at first glance, everything looks to be in order, but there are 3 additional tiles to that picture that have been mysteriously blurred out. Why could that possibly be? So, as you can imagine, the community, after seeing this, absolutely lit on fire because a lot of people are now speculating that this now means there are going to be 3 additional updates this year, and Hello Games, and Mr. Murray anyway, is giving us a teaser to what is coming up later in the year. So, naturally, everybody has taken screenshots of these pictures and tried to unblur and unravel what these 3 additional tiles are, including myself. I've had my own hand at it, and here is some of the things that I've found. So I saved a picture from Mr. Murray's Twitter and got to work. First of all, I isolated the 3 boxes by putting it under 2 different streams in my video editing program. Now, for anybody is curious what I use Vegas 19, I believe I'm using. That's what I use for all my editing purposes. So I started by isolating just the tiles themselves, and then I tried to manipulate the actual tiles that I've isolated with different sorts of colors and sharpening tools in order to try and bring out what the blurring has taken away. Now, obviously, once something is blurred, ladies and gentlemen, it is notoriously difficult to unblur it. It's next to impossible, especially from a static image. Now, what we're able to do is messing around with the colors in the background to try and see what it closely represents. And this is exactly what I attempted. Now, I came with my own conclusions on this. Now, this one right here looks like it's to do with prisms. Now, the same sort of lighting and the ways that you've got 2 dark structures going from the left to the right on either side of the tile itself is very much in line with what the prisms look like. And on the very first tile, it looks like it's the expeditions, but recolored, and we can tell that from the dark kind of shape from the bottom right. It looks like it is the craft sat there, and then the foliage or the ground on the left hand side, and then the middle is just open. But this has been, I believe, purposely recolored into like an off green, if you will, a lightened green in the center. Now, this finding wasn't just confirmed on my suspicions anyway. It wasn't just confirmed by myself, but also I had a look and somebody else beat me to this conclusion Also, and if we have a look right now, you can see right here, a chap called Cash Karoon also did some investigation, doing the same sort of things that I was doing. Took a picture and then tried to compare what was going on. Now, he came to the same conclusion that I did, that the Prisms tile looked exactly the same as the far right image, and the Expeditions tile, once color corrected, looked exactly the same as the Expedition tile, which is the very first one, which is incredibly suspicious. However, there is one tile in the middle that I'm not too sure what it is, and neither could Cash Karoon crack the code on that one. Now, what does this all mean? Does it mean that we're getting a Prisms Part 2 and an Expeditions Part 2 and then a mysterious update in the middle? What does this all mean? Well, this is where the tide of speculation does come in, because at the end of the day, nobody truly knows. They have reused the same image, but suspiciously changed the Expedition color and tried to put it with like a hazy green in the middle, even though it's blue in the picture. So they are reusing the same pictures. Apart from that one in the middle, no one's too sure at this point, like I said, what it seems to be. But the main speculation, other than the picture and what really the picture represents, is 3 new tiles added to the whole picture collage, if you will, entirely. Now, what it seems to suggest is that there are going to be 3 more updates this year before the year's end, and there's only 4 more months left of this year. So we can speculate, and obviously take this with a massive pinch of salt, because there's no obligation by Hello Games or Mr. Murray to put out another few updates. I mean, we've already had a massive update with Worlds Part 1, so we're under no obligation to do so. However, what it seems to suggest, and what the community seems to think, is that with only 4 months left of this year, and there's 3 new tiles there that have been mysteriously blurred out, whatever it does truly represent, then does that mean that we're going to be getting an update now virtually every month until the end of the year's end? Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, that would be such a push from Hello Games, and I've never personally seen that. Normally with updates and patterns, and the way that it works usually is that we'll be getting major updates once every 3 to 4 months usually, and we normally get like the big massive summer update, which we've just had with Worlds Part 1. However, on the flip side to that, Mr. Murray did say on the Game Awards on stage that, you know, No Man's Sky is going to go through a massive year in 2024, and so far it's definitely lived up to that hype and that promise. So could there be a massive push to get 3 major updates out for the rest of this year with only 4 months left to go? Who knows? And at the end of the day, that is where the speculation is, and that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to push past that, because I'm very happy with Worlds Part 1, and anything on top of that this year is only going to be a bonus. So I'm happy with what the team has done. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. What do you think that these 3 new tiles represent? Do you think that we're going to get 3 big major updates before the year's end? Do you think that they've reused some tiles? Do you think that Mr. Murray is just doing some sort of psychops with us and just getting us excited and try and decrypt this, but really there's not that much meaning behind it? I mean, do you think there's any meaning behind this, or do you think it's just Mr. Murray having a laugh? Who knows? At the end of the day, it could swing one way or the other, but let me know your thoughts and theories in the comment section down below. You know what to do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything from me here today, and as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.